Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're cutting straight to the chase, giving you an exclusive, really in-depth look at a historic showdown. We're diving deep into the upcoming 2025 FIFA Club World Cup final.
That's right.
Our mission for you today is, well, it's precise.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a clear and accurate map of the two teams battling it out.
Yeah, understanding the tactics is key here.
Exactly. It's not just about who wins. It's about understanding that tactical chess match that's about to unfold.
And what's really striking about this final, is the history being made.
Right.
It's not just any final. It's the first ever all-European Club World Cup final. So mark your calendars, Sunday, July 13th, 2025. It's 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
And the venue, MetLife Stadium, New Jersey, just an iconic stage.
Perfectly set. Okay, let's unpack this then. Let's get straight to the strategic landscape you need to grasp about these two titans.
Let's do it.
First up, let's map out Team 1, PSG. And their momentum, well, it seems pretty undeniable right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Their road to this final, I mean, it's been incredibly decisive. Just look at the semifinal they handed Real Madrid, a crushing 4-0 defeat.
Yeah, and that 4-0 win, it's just part of a bigger picture. What's fascinating here is their sheer offensive power throughout the knockouts. PSG have scored, get this, a staggering 16 goals.
16? Wait.
16 goals. And, remarkably, conceded only one. Just one.
That kind of difference.
Yeah.
It just speaks volumes, doesn't it, about their strength everywhere on the pitch.
It really does. Comprehensive is the word.
And manager Luis Enrique, he seems to have orchestrated this, well, sublime attacking setup.
He really has.
Key players have just been on fire. Dembele, Doué, Vitinha. They've all been pivotal in these recent wins, haven't they?
Absolutely pivotal. They bring this electrifying dynamism. You see it every time they play.
And their tactical dominance, you mentioned it against Real Madrid.
Undeniable. Yeah, against Madrid, they held, what was it, 67% possession?
67%, that's huge.
It is. They were consistently dictating the pace, the flow, just clinical and commanding, really, in every phase of play.
Okay, so if we're mapping out PSG's tactical secrets, what are the absolute core elements making them so formidable?
Well, number one has to be their high-intensity press. It's relentless.
Right.
And it's not just, aimless running. It's choreographed. The front three, for example, they don't just chase the ball. They cut off specific passing lanes, forcing opponents into these tight spots where PSG's midfield can just swarm them, win it back.
And turn defense straight into attack.
Instantly. Yeah, dangerous attacking opportunities right away, and aims to just suffocate Chelsea's buildup before it even starts.
And Dembele's return. That feels absolutely critical to this setup.
It is hugely important. He comes back fresh, sharp, ready to spearhead that offense again.
His brace against Madrid.
Exactly. That showed just how decisive he can be. His presence just adds that extra layer of, well, unpredictability, a direct threat.
You also brought up their use of width, the wingers. How exactly does that play into their strategy?
Well, you've got players like Doué and Kvaratskhelia who just excel at stretching the pitch wide.
Okay.
And what that does is create numerical overloads out wide. So they'll outnumber Chelsea's defenders in certain areas.
Right, forcing those difficult 2-on-1 situations for the fullback.
Precisely. And that opens up channels, doesn't it, for cutbacks, for crosses, or even direct runs straight into the penalty box.
It really raises the question, how can any defense hope to contain that kind of relentless pressure and tactical variety? It seems overwhelming.
It's a massive challenge, no doubt about it.
Which brings us perfectly to mapping Team 2, Chelsea, and the huge uphill battle they seem to be facing here.
Yeah, it's steep.
Containing that PSG press.
Yeah.
It's a tough ask for the Blues, isn't it?
It's a monumental task, frankly. Look, Chelsea's path forward. It isn't just about, trying to keep the ball against that pressure.
Right. What then?
It's about making every single touch count. Their primary strategic imperatives are pretty clear. First, absolute discipline in their defensive shape. Rock solid.
Okay.
Second, they need quick vertical passes. Try to bypass that PSG midfield entirely if possible.
Get behind the press.
Exactly. And third, they have to be absolutely ruthless when they get a chance on the counterattack.
Surgical, almost.
Surgical is a good word. Every transition needs to hit those key spaces, especially behind PSG's attacking fullbacks, before they can track back.
And thinking about scoring goals, where does Chelsea's best chance actually lie, given all that pressure they'll be under?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. Given the likely game flow, Chelsea's most viable route to finding the net. It's probably going to come from a set piece.
Like a corner or a free kick.
Exactly. A well-executed corner, a dangerous free kick. Their resilience is going to be seriously tested, but their ability to capitalize on those, let's face it, rare opportunities, that might be their only lifeline.
So it's fair to say this match is widely seen as pretty one-sided, leaning heavily towards PSG.
Overwhelmingly so, yes. That's the general view.
So if we connect this to what the analysts are saying, what's the bigger picture? What's the consensus out there?
Well, if you look at the majority of analysts, the numbers range between about 60% and maybe up to 77%. They're placing their money squarely on PSG.
That high a percentage.
Yeah. Chelsea, in this context, they're definitely considered a significant long shot.
And the specific scoreline forecasts, they must reflect that confidence in PSG.
They do. What we're seeing consistently are predictions for something like a 3-0 clean sheet for PSG.
Okay.
Or maybe a 3-1 victory if Chelsea somehow manages to nick a goal, likely from, a set piece or a quick counter like we discussed.
Well, for anyone looking at betting odds,
the solid pick seems to be PSG on the money line. That just means betting on them to win the match outright.
right.
The odds are around -165 to -160 on places like DraftKings and DAZN-Bet. That basically tells you they're strong favorites. You'd need to bet $165 just to win a $100 profit on PSG.
So a strong indication. And what about our sources? What's the confident prediction coming through?
Our sources are pretty direct. PSG to lift the trophy. And the predicted scoreline mirrors the consensus, a 3-0 victory, and importantly, a clean sheet.
Okay, 3-0 to PSG. And the why behind that strong prediction, let's just nail that down.
It really comes down to PSG's powerful blend of factors. You've got tactical superiority, you've got individual stars hitting peak form at the right time.
Like Dembele.
Exactly, Dembele leading the charge. And then there's the overwhelming statistical dominance we talked about.
And it's not just the attack, right?
No, not at all. He's supported by a midfield and a defense that seem to be in key collective form. They're playing with this incredible synchronized precision. It's impressive.
It sounds like a masterclass in balance.
That's a great way to put it. It's defensive steel, it's midfield control, and then just absolute ruthlessness up front.
Wow. Contrast that with Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea. Look, they have to defy overwhelming logic here. They need an almost perfect game, incredibly disciplined defending combined with sharp clinical counters. That's what it would take to pull this off.
So wrapping this up, bring it all together.
Yeah.
We've aimed to give you that clear, accurate map of this historic final. And it seems the momentum, the stats, the form of the star players, it all really points towards PSG dominating this match.
It certainly looks that way on paper.
They seem poised to seal what could be a truly historic Club World Cup final performance with that predicted 3-0 victory.
And for everyone wanting to watch this unfold, the final details, catch this historic final on Sunday, July 13th. Kickoff is 3 p.m. Eastern Time.
Got it.
It'll be broadcast on DAZN. And good news there, they actually offer free streaming if you just register an account.
Well, that's useful.
Yeah. And again, the venue, MetLife Stadium, that huge 82,500-seat landmark. You might remember it hosted the Super Bowl back in 2014. Quite the stage.
Indeed. A fitting stage.
So, knowing this detailed map we've laid out, knowing the strengths and weaknesses, what's maybe truly astonishing isn't just if PSG wins, but the sheer scale of the strategic challenge Chelsea faces.
Right.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What does it actually take for an underdog team to truly defy such overwhelming logic, to rewrite the script when the odds seem so heavily stacked against them?